So today we are seeing the sling scheduler. So this is just simple your service. Okay, this is also nothing but your service. So consider now here I'm just creating one scheduler. Okay, consider your servlet is also your service only. Okay, so here I have a scheduler. This scheduler is also nothing but your service only. Okay, instead of sling model, everything in your backend part, these are nothing but the services only. Services, that mean you will see the @ component. So whenever you will see this @ component, this part is nothing but your service, OSGi service. So this sling scheduler is also nothing but the OSGi service. So why we use this one? To scheduling a particular job. Okay, job is nothing but, you can say job is nothing but the task. Okay, one task. Okay, some work. Okay, if you want to execute some task on a specific time or the interval of time, then you can simply go with this scheduler. Like consider now I just want to execute something. Okay, I just want to execute something on some specific date. Like right now in 2024, I just simply want to execute something on this date, like 06 and 06. Okay, in the 6th, in the June 6th, it's the June only. Okay, so in this date I just simply want to execute some specific task. So this is the task. Now consider here I have this f name. I just simply want to write this f name, but when? In this 24. Okay, so how you can do that thing, how you can schedule it? So for this scheduling this one, you can simply use this scheduler. Got it? Now here it is saying, like if we want some work to happen at particular time or the regular interval of time, then you can simply go with the scheduler. Okay, so how we can create a scheduler? For creating a scheduler, we have a 2 ways. So first one is a whiteboard pattern and second one is a scheduler API. Okay, so we can create a scheduler in 2 ways. First whiteboard pattern and second one is a scheduler API. So scheduler API, what does it mean by the API? API, that means it contains your classes and the interface related to the scheduler. So this scheduler API is just simply containing the classes and the interface related to this scheduler. So by using API you can execute your scheduler. Otherwise you can simply use this whiteboard pattern. Okay, that means here we have a runnable interface. Runnable, that means runnable interface, we knows that we will use the runnable interface for the thread. Okay, for creating a thread, what we use a runnable interface. It has one method, that is run. Okay, no, simply. Okay, so this one is a whiteboard pattern, and after that here we have a scheduler API. So see here it is saying like this is the scheduler and it has one method, that is add job. Okay, add period job, like that. Okay, after that, so that is okay, we have a sling scheduler and the scheduler API. Now we are discussing this, but before that here we have a scheduler interface. Okay, so now scheduler interface, first of all, it's stored inside this package, that is org apache sling.commons.scheduler, first one. And this scheduler is responsible to schedule and unschedule your task, like whatever task, like this is the task, now you want to execute on this specific day. Okay, so who is responsible to execute this task on this specific date? So this interface. Okay, it is saying like scheduler to scheduler time and cron based jobs. Okay, this is the scheduler to scheduler time and the cron based jobs. So cron based jobs mean here we have one method, that is cron expressions. Okay, expressions, we have one method, that is cron expression. Yeah, and by using that you can schedule the expressions. That means some time you have. Okay, and this is the time you want secure, then you will convert into an expressions. Okay, so we will convert into an expressions. No, we will not convert, website is there, this website is responsible to convert it. So we'll convert and we'll make it safe, simple. So if you want these types of execution, you can execute by using this cron expression. Okay, after that, job is an object that is executed or fired by the scheduler. This scheduler is nothing but the interface, and this is responsible for executing your job, and job is nothing but your object, or you can say it's a task. Okay, now the thing is object should, that means now you are just simply creating a servlet. Okay, consider this one is your public, and here I have one class, and this class is A. This is just simple class. Now I just want to convert into an object. That means I just simply want to convert this class into a scheduler. Okay, simply how we can do that thing? So we have a two ways. First one is a job interface, and second one is a runnable interface. So now today we are seeing by using a runnable interface. Okay, so here we just simply have to implement this runnable interface, and once you will implement this runnable interface, inside that you just simply have to write run method. Exactly. So we have to simply write the run methods. Okay, this thing is done now. Now the thing is, this one is your interface, that we already knows that what is this interface, and we cannot create the object of the interface. Then how we can execute? This is complicated. Yeah. So yeah, we have only one way. Okay, so if this is a method and it's not because of this method we are scheduling our schedulers, so there is only one way to create the object for this scheduler. Okay, simply you can just simply do one thing. You can create a method. Okay, so like consider this is my scheduler. Okay, and some method will be there, and this method it has returning a scheduler option. That means this scheduler object it has returning. So this is the one way. But here this scheduler is a service, and it is already present. It is out of the box. Okay, no, this is an API. It's already provided by the Adobe. Then you can simply do one thing. Here we have one annotation, that is @reference. Okay, we have one annotation that is @reference, and using that you can easily inject to your scheduler or anywhere wherever you want. Okay, inside your service. Okay, so you can simply use here scheduler, and you can just simply use the object of the scheduler. So this is the object, and this is our interface. Got it? We got the scheduler now. But inside this scheduler we have a method. So we are saying continuously, we are saying like this guy is responsible to execute the or scheduling the scheduler. That means object. But how? So firstly, here it has one schedule method. By using that, it schedules the job. Okay, and this method will accept the object. That means what you want to execute and at what time you want to execute. Okay, so it accepts two parameters. Firstly, and it has returning only the boolean value. Okay, that means it has set, then it will return true. If it's not set, then it return false. Okay, but here we have one object, that is job, and here we have one scheduler options, that is options. Okay, so using that we can schedule it. Now I'll tell you. Here we have a @, method. This is the @, method, and you want to schedule your object based on some date, then you can simply use this @ method. With this if you want time as well, okay, and the seconds, then you can simply use this 3 parameter method. Okay, expression that I have already told you, like you have one time that is 2 o'clock, and you just simply want to convert this time into an cron expression, so it will convert like that, some star and some star and 2, something like that format it will convert. So it's not possible to read by the user, so simply that means it's a security, no, it's providing a security, then you can simply use this expression. Okay, another thing, here we have a now method. That means like consider you have right now you have scheduled the jobs, that means you have scheduled in 2024. Okay, but how we know that it is scheduled? Okay, so we have to execute at least one, no? So if you want like this, then you can simply use this now method. So it will execute immediately and only once. Got it? After here we have a unscheduled. What is that? This is the unscheduled. By using that we can unschedule our scheduler. That means some job if you are executing on some specific time and you don't want it, you just simply want to unschedule this one. Okay, then you can simply use this unscheduler. But what it is accepting? Okay, that means our task name, our job name, our object name. But here you see, do we have any method related to a name here? No, it's not. And one common thing is like here you see this now method, it is returning a scheduler option. This expression method, it is returning a scheduler option. This add also returning schedule, and this one add is also returning schedule option. So this method here 1, 2, 3 and this one now. Here only we are just simply scheduling, okay, but we are not executing. So if you want to execute, you have to go with this schedule method, okay. So if you have set some specific date, or you have mentioned this some specific date here inside this expression, okay, no. So this is nothing but you have scheduled but you haven't executed. If you want to execute, you just simply have to use this schedule method. So now consider I have set by using this expression. So what object it will return? Schedule option. It will return schedule option, no. So this is the schedule option. Oh, this is the okay. This is the schedule option. We just simply want to type here. We just simply want to include inside your schedule option. This is the thing, like inside that we are just simply mentioning where we want to execute, okay, and what we want to execute, this is nothing but this job, okay. This one I'll tell you, okay, but where we want to execute, you can set, it's up to you now, because this add is also returning schedule option, this one is also returning schedule option, and this expression also returning schedule option. So you can set it. We are discussing, like continuously we are talking about this schedule option, but what it is this schedule option. So simply firstly we'll discuss like where it is present. So it's present inside your OSGi Apache Sling common scheduler. So this is the API for your scheduler and your scheduler options. Got it? Yeah. So here we have a scheduler option, provides an extensible way of defining how scheduler job. That means consider now some of the requirement I need, like consider now I just simply want to set the name for the scheduler. Simply I just want to set the name, okay, but inside our scheduler interface we know that this is nothing but our scheduler interface. Here we don't have the some specific method that related to a name. Then okay, now consider another thing, I just want to pass some extra information. So when I'm executing, when I'm just scheduling my scheduler, so that time I just simply need one or more methods, okay, like I just simply want to pass some extra information, okay. How I can pass? I don't have this method as well, so this is nothing but the config, that means configuration we can provide, okay. Now third method, it may be a, if you want to run your task concurrently or simultaneously, we don't have this method as well. So that's why we have introduced this concept, that is schedule options interface, and it provides an extra functionality to your scheduler, okay. While scheduling a job, it's providing some extra functionality, but there is one this is also interface. So how we can create? So we know that inside this scheduler we have a lot of methods, and all this method it is returning the object of your schedule option. See, all this method at returning everything. So there is no need to use this @reference and use this one. You can simply take this by using these methods. Got it? So that I have discussed already. So it provides some extra functionality. So what is this extra functionality? So these three methods. We have more than these three, but these three mostly we use, okay, no. So this is the config, okay, and config accept the key value form. Got it? What config accept? Key value form. That means now consider here I just want to pass the URL, okay, and this is the key, and this URL must be a www.google.com, okay. This is the value. Second, again I just want to pass it maybe some name I just want to pass, and here I'm just simply passing name. After I just simply want to pass, okay. So like that, this is the information. So this is nothing but our extra information, okay. So where I can pass, if I pass in a single object, it won't possible, okay. So that's why here they have using this hash map, okay. So hash map, what is the data structure of hash map? How it will accept, how it will store the value in the form of key value form, no? Yeah. So this is the key value form. If you want to store more than one value, then you can simply use this, and if you want to store in key value, then you can use this config. And why we are using this config? because we are passing some extra configurity, या फिर extra information. Okay, and after that here we have a name, schedule options name, and here we just simply have to pass the name. Okay, got it? Okay, and here we have a can run concurrently. See, this name is important. Why? Because we know that we have one method that is unscheduled. Okay, and this method extract one parameter that is name parameter, name of your job or name of your object or task, you can say whatever it is. Okay, and at the last we have a can run concurrently. Can run concurrently, that means it's accept the true and the false. So the thing is, now consider here you have only this task you have. Okay, this is the task, and we have more than one scheduler. That means this is the first scheduler. Okay, first scheduler, second scheduler, third scheduler. Okay, and only one task we have, and this is the task I just want to execute simultaneously. Okay, right now one, that means only one scheduler will execute one task. Okay, but now I just want to execute by this one as well and this one as well simultaneously. Then you can simply use this can run concurrently and just simply say like true. So it will execute at a time. This one also can access this task, this second scheduler also access this, and third scheduler also access this object. Got it? Okay, so now we are discussing about the OSGi configuration. So OSGi configuration, that means in your backend code, like consider you have one class, public class, and simple any name, just like I'm giving a demo. So this is the class you have, and after that you want to define one variable, like one value you want to define it, like int a, and inside that I just simply want to pass this 10. But hardcore, it is not a good way. Okay, in our code. So simply, if you want to pass a dynamic value inside this, like in your variable as well, if you want to pass some dynamic value, okay, then you can simply go with your OSGi configuration. Okay, so here we just simply have to go with the OSGi configuration. So OSGi configuration will create by using a backend code. Okay, by using a backend code will create the OSGi configuration. So we have to write the backend code, but when we will create the OSGi configuration, it will create a interface. It will create one user interface. That means we can see it, and after that it will create in the form of fields. Okay, no, like if you are defining the integer, then it will create a number field it will create. If you are defining a string, then it simply creates a string. Okay, it create a field with the string. Okay, if you want the options, then we have to simply use the one field will be there, but it has more than one options. Got it? Okay, like that way it will create. So simply, if you want, this is the advantages of the OSGi service. Like if you want some dynamic value, if you want to store some dynamic value to a particular variable, and after that in future when somebody try to click here and and somebody want to see the value, he can't see. Why? Because we will give the, we will restrict. Okay, we'll simply restrict this OSGi configuration, so user will not able to access this data. It may be a private data, so why user will access it? Okay, now, so that's why. So how we can define it? So for defining, we have to use the annotations. Okay, so I'm just simply inside this scheduler, I'm just creating one OSGi configuration. So for creating a OSGi configuration, we just simply have to create a annotations. Okay, and we know that how annotation exactly represent. So I'm just creating OSGi configurations. Okay, so how it is representing? When I have created the annotation, it is representing using this interface. Okay, but this is just simple an annotation, we know that. Now I just want to convert into an OSGi configuration. So when you want to create into an OSGi configuration, you have to simply use this object class definition. Okay, there is one annotation, that is object class definition. This is the annotation, you just simply have to use it. we haven't seen. Like if we have created, that is okay, but how it will be look like, okay, and where it will store exactly. So we'll see now. First of all, this one. So just simply come in your AEM, and we knows that localhost system console bundle. Instead of bundle, config manager, just type there config mgr. Otherwise, instead of that, you can simply add the bundles. Okay, so it has created, it has opened. Now I'll show you. Just go inside the bundle. Okay, so right now I'm in my bundle. See, this is the paths of the bundle. Now again you can click and you will see here configuration. Click here. Now you will see the configurations. Okay, so anywhere you can click. So I'm just simply, for the example, I'm just clicking here. See, so here we have a text. Okay, this is nothing but the text, but it is a multi. Okay, it is in array. Okay, so when you will click another, it will open. So all this stuff we are creating by using the programmatically, by using this OSGi configuration. So here this is nothing but the checkbox. This is nothing but the boolean. Yeah. After that, what is this? This is the name. What is this? This is the name of our OSGi configuration, and this is nothing but the descriptions of our OSGi configurations. Okay, so this is what description, and this is the name. So where we can define these things, just simply come here. Object class definition we have defined. That means now your normal annotation, it has converted into an object class OSGi configuration. It has converted into an OSGi configuration. Now I'm just giving a name. So when I will give the name, so it will show like that in a heading. Okay, it will show like that. So you can simply write any name, search software solutions. So I just simply have written this. Now you can write a description. I have already copied the description. You just simply have to paste it. Okay, so these two things I have created. So first of all, it will come here, search software solution, and after that it will come here, description. Got it? Easy. And the second thing, now you can come here. Now I just simply want to create this fields. I just simply want to create. Okay, so in the left hand side, this is nothing but the name of the field. This is nothing but the type of the field. Like here we have a boolean. Okay, and this is nothing but the descriptions. This one is a description, this is the data types, that means you can say it's a field, and this one is a name. So we need a service name, we need our scheduler name, we need, no. So I'm just creating for that. But how we can create this, all these steps, how we can create this field? So simply for that we have one annotation, that is attribute definition. You can just simply import it, attribute definition. Okay, I have imported, and inside this attribute definition we have to define the property. So first property, what you need, name. Okay, what is the name we want to give? So this is the service, scheduler name, no, scheduler name. So I'm just simply passing a scheduler name. What is the type? What is the type? Okay, so firstly understand. So this is the attribute definitions. I am just giving a name. So when it will align in the left hand side. After that I am just giving a type. So this type will be aligned from the center. In the center it will align. Here you see, from this one to end it will go. And after that, at the last we have to give the descriptions. So I am just simply writing a description. Enter scheduler name. Scheduler name. Okay, now we have written it. See here, this is the wrapper class. Okay, so we know that inside this attribute definition we are using it, we are using all this stuff. Okay, so this is not your normal class. Okay, no, this one is not your normal data types. This is the wrapper classes, and it is related to this attribute definition. Okay, it has present inside this constant, that is attribute type. Okay, got it? But still it is showing error. Why? Because now this is my attribute definitions. Okay, and just simply what I said, why we use the OSGi configuration. So here I just simply have string and this scheduler name, consider. how I can store this attribute definition directly. It won't possible. Okay, it is not possible. No, how we can store directly? So but we can store, no, we can store the method. Is it possible? We can store the method. Like consider now this is my scheduler. Okay, I created one object for simple, and after that I have one method, that is get service name. Okay, here I have simply uses get service name. So that means this is the get service name. Okay, and it has present inside this OSGi configuration. So in whatever user will write and return inside this, it will store inside your service name. That means in your scheduler name. It is possible. Okay, so that's why this attribute definition return one method always. It accept one method. It's not possible to directly write this annotation attribute definitions. Okay, so for that we just simply it accept one method. So we have to write here. I'm just simply writing public string, and I'm just saying like get scheduler name. I just simply have written get scheduler name, and default name. If you want to pass some default name, you can simply use here default. Okay, you can name it anything. So for the example, I'm just simply passing the search. Now it is saying like you haven't imported this one, so you can simply import. Done. Error has gone. Okay. Second thing is a cron expression. So we said no in our scheduler. Now I just simply want to define the definitions. Import this one. We have already imported. Now I just want to create one field for the cron expression. Okay. So you can just simply say like I just need a name first of all, that is cron expression. After that you can simply write here type, and you can say this is also a this is also a string. So I'm just simply writing here string as well. After that at the last what we need, description. So you can just simply write here description like enter cron expression, so your code will be secure. Okay, but we know that this attribute definition will return one method, that means accept one method. So we have to define it, public string, and after that we'll say get cron expression, and default I just want to pass one cron expression. But how we can create, we don't know how to create a cron expression. So you can just simply go on the internet and you can simply write here cron maker. It will open. Just take anyone. Okay, come here and like in every minute if you want to execute. Okay, so you want to create a cron expression for every minute. Okay, then you can simply generate. So here you see our cron format, it has generated. So this is the format I need. This is nothing but the 1 minute only. So your task will execute after 1 minute. You understood now? Yeah. Your task will execute after 1 minute. So just simply I have passed this one. Okay, this is done. Now simply you just have to want to define for the arrays. Okay, for the arrays you want to define public or simply we have to use @attribute definitions TION. After that simply Control Shift O. Here we have to simply use a name, and after that this is for the country. I'm just simply for the country I'm just writing country, and here I'm just using a type. Okay, attribute type dot string. I just simply have written it. Okay, a description is up to you. If you want you can write, otherwise let it be. Okay, but I don't want to write the description for this. And now you can just write public string get country. Okay, and here I'm just passing a default, and inside this default right now I'm just passing more than one country, so it will automatically create multi. Okay, now you will see the options like US and the EN. Okay, German. Still it is showing error. Why? Because how many value we are returning? 2. Okay, and only string we have defined, so If we have more than one value, then we have to define the array. Is it no? Yeah, simple. After that, now I just want for the checkbox. I just want for the checkbox. So I just simply copy, come here and simply paste it. Instead of type, instead of string, we have to write here now boolean. Okay. After that, here boolean, and default value, it may be a true or it may be a false. So I am just simply writing here true. Okay, by default you can simply write false, so it will be a false. Okay, and this is the get country, so we'll say like get status. Get status we have defined, then you can just simply write a descriptions here. Choose the status. Okay, true or false. Got it? Okay. If you want, you can define for the drop down as well. There is no issue. Okay. Drop down also we have. If you want, you can just type it. So inside, now I'll show you now. Attributes, definition we have. Okay. Attribute definitions. Hit enter simply, and the same thing. First of all, we just simply have to write a type and name. Okay, firstly we just simply have to define the name. Name is for the options. Okay, type, I'm just giving attribute type. Attribute type, that is string. It's just like a enumeration or drop down. Okay, no, you want to create a drop down, you can just simply use this. You just simply have to use this. Property you just simply have to use. First of all, I'm just simply writing public string get options and just simply done. Okay, now if I try to execute it, okay, now it's done. No, we just simply want the property. It's not showing, huh? Yeah, why we have to write? No issue what, but it's not showing property. Okay, just click here. Is it option somewhere? Yeah, we have options, so you can use the options. Okay, so instead of property we have to use the options. Okay, and here if we are using options and you want to define it, then we have to simply use this, yeah, @ options annotation. We just simply have to use it. Okay, and it will accept two parameters. First one is a name, okay, and second one is a value. So don't go inside this, just write. No, here we have a label and the value. So firstly we have to write the label. Okay, we have just defined the label, and label, that is just for the example we are taking now options. Okay, and here I am just using a value. So options 1. So when he will select this options 1, he will get this value. Okay, so instead of that I am just simply writing English, and when he will select this English, he will get this year. Just like the same, just copy this one, give the comma, come here and just paste it. Give the comma, come here and paste it. Okay, so instead of Russia, Hindi, not right, Hindi. It's a country, no? So India. Okay, done. Now we have defined the options as well. Okay, so inside these options you want to select predefine something, then you can simply select. So in this case I am just simply selecting India. So by default it will come as a India. Here we have to write something. What? Default. Simple. So we have defined it, okay, but it won't create. This one it won't create. If I try to deploy it now it won't create. Why? Because we have created the content, okay, we have created content, or we have created one user interface, okay. Now this user interface, why I have created for using somewhere, no. If I am just creating a content, that means here I have a 10, like this SN have a one value that is something like country name is there, okay. So this is the content, this variable I have created for using somewhere else, is it? But if I am not using, then how it will create? You are getting my point, no? So simply the same thing. So you have defined, that is okay, but it won't execute. We have to use somewhere, okay. So now what I'm doing, I'm just simply using in my scheduler. Got it? So I'm just simply using in a scheduler. So how we can, here only I'm just right clicking, click, and I'm just creating one class, and I'm just giving here scheduler example, okay, hit enter. Now this one is okay. So whenever you will use, what is this is the service, okay. And when we talk about the service, so we have to use one annotation, that is components, okay. Got it? We have used the component. After that, this is my normal class, this is not a scheduler, okay. So now I just simply want to convert into a scheduler. So simply we have to implement runnable interface, okay. And here we have one method that we have to override, okay. So this is the method we have override. Now the point is, like when I'm just talking about the job, no, okay, multiple time I'm talking about the job object, okay, where we can write. So simply inside this run method we'll write, okay. Now we got what we have to write it, okay. Now what we want, okay, and at which time we want to execute this task, okay. Now this task when I want to execute, okay. So inside that we'll write something, okay. Now inside that we'll try to write something. Just simply for the what I'm doing, I'm just checking, okay. So for this checking purpose, you can simply use a logger, public static final. Here I'm just simply using a logger factory dot get logger, okay. And inside that, what is our name? Scheduler example dot class, okay. Done. You can simply import it, okay. This is the class for the logger, okay. This is the package. Now the thing is, like whatever informations I'm just writing here you see what is this is the object of my logger, okay. So I just simply have copied and log dot info, that means I'm just simply printing one informations, okay. So here run method executed, okay. This is the name I'm just writing. So where this name print, so simply here you see right now, this is I have one logger, and this logger AEM already provided one folder, okay. Okay, why I have used this get logger? Because AEM already have provided one file, there you can simply check. That means it's just simple for the debugging purpose. So like right, consider here I just simply have, this is my AEM, okay. Here I have a AEM, this is the author. When you are going inside the author, this file will automatically create, okay. And inside that I have one logs, okay. So directly you want to come here inside this CRX quick start logs, and after that here we have a error.log. This is the parent. You want to create your own log, you can create, okay. It's up to you. So if you want to create these types of things, no, or directly here you want to print some information, how it will come directly? So for that, here this is the logger we have, or here we have a logger factory. So when you will write your class, that is scheduler example, when you will write here scheduler example, so directly, and you are printing some information just like a log.info, so it will directly go inside your log, okay. This thing is done now. Hope so it's clear. Okay. Now this is done. Now what I have done here, I just simply have uses their runnable interface. Now I just want to create the object for my this, okay. So we have to use the service, okay. I just simply use a service, but what we can use, so simply we'll use here runnable dot class. Done. This is done. Now if you want to execute immediate, then you can just simply write immediate equals to true. That's it. Okay, but the thing is, now the main point, we haven't called it. Where our information? Where is our information? Okay, so all inside our OSGi configurations. Okay, yeah, and this is the OSGi configuration we just simply want inside our inside this scheduler. Okay, how we can get it? So simply for that we have one annotation. Wherever you want to call this OSGi configuration, you have to use one annotation, that is designate. Okay, simply designate annotation we got it. Now what we have to call? This OSGi configuration. Okay, this is the OSGi configuration we have to call. No, what is the name of this OSGi configuration? OSGi configuration. This is the name. Okay, and what is this? Object class definition. So this is the OSGi configuration, but we have created by using this object class definitions only. So you can just simply come here, OCD, that means object class definition. Which one? This one. After that you can simply write here dot class. Simple. So wherever you want to call your OSGi configuration, you can call by using this designate. After that, here I have this one property, that attribute, that is object class definition, and which configuration you want. So I just simply want this OSGi configurations. Easy. Okay, now what I'm doing, so it won't execute directly, so I'm just simply saying, so when my bundle will activate, that time I just simply want to execute. Okay, so for that you just simply have to use this activate. So when I'm just deploying, okay, when I'm just trying to deploying, that time what it will happen, when I just try to deploy, no, that time it won't create the object and it won't execute, but still I just want to execute. So how it will execute? So by using this activate. This is the life cycle of the OSGi service. This is the life cycle of the OSGi service. So when your bundle will activate here, when your bundle will activate, somewhere you have bundle, instead of OSGi conf you can simply use bundle. Okay, so when you are here, you have your project, consider this one. So when it will activate, that time this method will call. Okay, so I'm just simply writing here public void init. You can just simply import it. I have imported. Now that error has gone, and now inside that, inside this init, I am just simply using this OSGi config. Okay, because inside that I am just simply writing a logic. Okay, so here OSGi configurations, and here I am just simply saying like service. Done. Okay, done. Easy, too easy. Okay, now main thing, like for executing this job, okay, what we need? We need a scheduler. No, scheduler we need, that we have already discussed. How we can get? @reference we have. Okay, and simply you can write scheduler and scheduler. Done. We got the scheduler. Okay, and this is the package of the scheduler, the last one. Okay, just simply finished. We got it. So inside this scheduler we have a lot of methods, just like a schedule, unschedule, all these methods, where it is inside this scheduler only. Okay, so now I just simply want to schedule the job based on the cron expression. So I am just simply using here scheduler dot cron expression we have somewhere. Where is the scheduler? Okay, sorry, expression we have. Okay, expression we have, you can just simply double click. But what is the value inside that? Where we have defined this expression value? Inside our OSGi config. Where? But one method is there, that is get cron expressions. Okay, and this is the method. If you want to access this method, what we need? Object configurations. Okay, no, come here. Did we create object configuration? Yes. You can simply come here, service dot, what you need, get cron expression. We got it. What we got? What? Exactly, we got the cron expressions. Okay, no, that means expression we got it, that it will execute after every 1 minute. Okay, and this method, what it will return, this expression method return the object of the schedule options. So you have to accept it, hit enter, we got the options, that is expression. See, no, this expression we have already discussed. This expression, this is the expression object returning the object of this schedule option. So you just simply have to come here, we got the object. Now simply we have to execute this object. How we can execute? Expressions dot, after that we say like schedule, sorry, we don't say like that. Simply now if you want to execute this one, scheduler, inside this scheduler, now we have just simply schedule it, okay, but we haven't executed. That means we just simply have defined it, but we haven't scheduled, we can say. Okay, so now I just want to schedule it. So scheduler dot schedule method is there, just simply hit enter. One method is there, that is schedule. Okay, and it accepts two parameters. First one is a object. Okay, object, that means what you want to execute. So I just simply want to execute this one. Okay, this is nothing but my object, and I just want to execute this object. Got it? Okay, so how we can directly point up this one inside this? We cannot right now directly this one. So we'll say like this is the current method. What is this? Current method. And if you want to access the current method, we just simply have to use this keyword. Okay, and at the last we knows that this scheduler accept two parameters. First one is the object, we got it. This is the object, we got it. And after that it takes the scheduler option. Now I'll show you. Come here. Here you see where it is. Yeah, this one, fifth one. Here at the last what we have? Schedule options. Okay, and we got this schedule option. See, I just simply have executed, done, that is. Okay, now the thing is, now I just want to deactivate. That means I just want to unschedule it. So for that you can simply use deactivate. Okay, so when your bundle will deactivate, that time this deactivate method will call. Public void deactivate. See, this method is not important, you can write anything. Okay, and why I am just using this OSGi configuration everywhere? Because of this is the OSGi configuration I am just using inside this. Okay, no, that's why. And now again I am using inside this deactivated method as well. You can name it anything. So service, again I am just writing service. Okay, this is done now. Now what we need? We need a name. What we need? We just simply need a name. Okay, so how we can get it? Okay, how we can get it? The name. So name, we know that service dot get name somewhere, get scheduler name. This is the name, we got it. Okay, but this one where it is present? Now I just want to schedule my name. Okay, so it has present inside our scheduler, no? Where it's present? Inside our scheduler. Okay, so I am simply using scheduler dot, okay, scheduler dot unschedule, and inside that I am just simply taking service dot get scheduler name. I simply got it. See, so if you want to unschedule, what you need? You need a name of the scheduler, and we got the name of the scheduler. It's easy, no? Okay, but it's not the right thing to write inside, directly inside this logic, inside this deactivate or the activate method. So for that you can create your own methods here, and after that this is the method you can simply call inside this. So just like simply I am just using public void, and here I am just saying like activating scheduler. Simply curly braces open and the close, and this is the logic you can simply write here. Control X, come here and simply paste it. Activate. Okay, so here also we have to write OSGi. OSGi configuration config, simply I am just writing config. Okay, now this error has gone. You can just do one thing, this is the activate method, copy, come here and simply paste it. Now this method has one object. What is this? This is the config, no, or otherwise you can write here service. You can simply come here and just simply define the service. Then error gone. Just like the same, you just have to do it for the activate method as well. Oh, I have written directly in sorry. Here we instead of activating, we have to write the deactivating. Okay, just for the same, you can just try it, and after that we have to deploy. Once we will deploy, so inside this error.log, here we have a error.log. When you will go inside that, once you will deploy, after 1 second, after 1 minute, you just simply have to search this name. Which one? That is run method executed. This is the name, you just simply have to search, you will get it.